We're joined by Kaye, who's from the older people's charity Independent Age. What really interests me about some of this research is that when their partner goes into care or sadly dies, there is a real demise of the person that's caring.
One thing that we're hearing again and again from carers we speak to at Independent Age is that the anxiety, the day-to-day fears they can feel about whether their loved one is getting the care they so badly need can really overshadow their lives. And of course, when people do get older, they can experience health conditions of their own. So when people do care, of course, they naturally see themselves as just doing the job of husband, wife, son or daughter, but it can have a real physical and emotional strain on their lives.
The fact that they do see themselves as husband, wife, parent, or child, and they don't see themselves as official carers, do they ask for enough help, do you think?
Well, a lot of people, now there are 1.3 million people estimated in England and Wales, over 65 who are caring today, and increasing numbers aged 85 or more who are providing what's called round-the-clock care, so for 50 or more hours a week. They don't necessarily actually think of themselves as a carer, but there is crucially support that can be provided.
And so, as Christian mentioned, it's often the case that when that role ends, it's about what support they then have, because it's almost like that's been the focus of the recent years, many years, decades even. What support is offered to them after their role as a carer is complete?
Well, a lot of people will say that they feel not just a sense of bereavement if their loved one passes away, or indeed if they help them move into a care setting. They feel their whole routine is perhaps removed, their sense of purpose. So we need to make sure, through the research we're publishing today, marking Carers Week, that we really make sure GPs and the NHS in particular reach out, identify carers and let them know that through things like the Care Act in England, that support can in fact be made available for respite and breaks.
And I would imagine, because we're talking about a generation that is so stoic, that sort of stiff upper lip, that they don't think they're deserving of help, they just get on with it, and probably if there was help out there, they'd find it difficult to find it anyway.
And a lot of people will say to us at Independent Age, to charities like Carers UK and others working on Carers Week, that they don't necessarily want to make a fuss, but this is actually one of those occasions where they're not making a fuss at all, they're just doing what's natural. They might need a few hours extra every week just for that little bit of respite. So
what would you say to anyone who's watching now who thinks, oh, I'm a carer and I need help, I'm struggling, I'm doing everything I can, but I need help. What should they do? What should they think about? Who should they talk to?
There could be different options. I would encourage them, if they do have a family doctor that they speak to actually let them know that they're a carer. Sometimes we're hearing that people really want that professional help, but they feel it's lacking. And that people can also make sure that they go to the Carers Week website and find out what events, what support's available this week, but throughout the year.
Well, they can get financial support as well, can they?
People will sometimes be able to get financial support, but crucially people also want to have that peer-to-peer support. They want to speak to people like them that have gone through what they've gone through.
And do you find that if they're given a day, a bit of respite from the humdrum of doing this, they probably don't see it that way, but if they're given a day off, does it make all the difference?
It really can. Carers save every year £119 billion to the health economy. That's more than we spend each year on the NHS. So the very least we can do through Carers Week this year and at Independent Age is make sure that carers do in fact get that help.
Okay, Andrew, well thanks very much. Just remind us of the place they can go if they want some help.
They can go to Independent Age and they can also go to the Carers Week website.
Thank you.